Hello people of the internet, my name is Weed and this is how to actually play Hades. So what is Hades? Hades is a roguelike dungeon crawler and, well, in Hades you play as, I think you already guessed it, exactly, you play as Zagreus, the son of Hades. Before we jump into the game, there's only one way how to actually play Hades. Yeah, that's right. You have to dress up to completely immerse into the game. Now, let's go! Maybe I should not have taken the extra large version of this costume, huh? This video contains some gameplay spoilers. If you want to experience the game completely blind, you should leave now. Seriously, go! You have been warned! In Hades, you play as Zagreus, who wants nothing more than to escape the underworld and his father. Unlike in other roguelikes, you can choose your weapon at the start of every run. The weapons you can choose from are the sword, your starting weapon. I had a terrible time with it, rating 1 out of 7. The spear. I didn't even bother to use it until I had to. The shield. The first time I used it, I finished the game. I guess I like to hide behind a shield. The bow. Free win as it is a ranged weapon. Just make sure that you shotgun with your special. The twin fists. A fast-paced melee weapon. I do not want to talk about it. The railgun. The most OP in this game. Each of those weapons has once again 4 different variations, so-called aspects. There should be something for every playstyle. Or you just go with the railgun. Then it's always good to bring a gun to a knife fight. Every weapon has 2 different abilities, the so-called attack and special. What they do depends on the weapon of your choice. Further, you have the ability to cast, which is independent of your weapon, but needs bloodstones to cast. And finally, you have a dash. You use it to dodge enemies, get over gaps, or dash into traps. With this system, you can already reduce the randomness to some degree at the beginning of your run. But that's not all the help you get. The Olympian gods are on your side and want to help you escape the underworld. You will encounter different gods on your run and they give you their blessing in the form of a boon. Once picked up, you can choose between 3 different upgrades. These boons can upgrade your attack, your special, or your cast. But there are also general boons, like damage reduction for example. And later in the game, after you have established some kind of relationship with the different gods, you can even somewhat force which gods you would like to encounter on your run. Now, the game isn't designed for you to win your first few runs. But don't worry, every time you get defeated, you keep resources you gathered in this run. You can then spend those resources to permanently improve your abilities. All you have to do is go to the Mirror of Night. There, you can spend darkness to, for example, increase your base health or get an additional dash. Oh, and yeah, this is obviously a double-sided mirror. Each row has 2 different options to choose from. I did totally figure that out the first time I invested points in the mirror. But yeah, it gives you even more flexibility for your chosen playstyle. While you fight your way through the different levels of the underworld, you encounter a variety of enemies and bosses. The rooms and rewards are random for each of your runs, so every run is a new experience. There are also traps in some of the rooms. What would a game be without traps, huh? And as if that would not be enough, there is also fishing in the game. Yeah, that's right. You can fish. Last time I checked, there live plenty of fish in lava. After finishing your run by either beating the last boss or dying, you can trade the fish you caught with the chef, who gives you some other resources in return. And then prepares an awesome meal. At least that's what I imagine happens next. Oh, and there's also a dog. And yes, you can pet him. Once you defeat the game, because with all the upgrades that you can unlock, you will come to that point sooner or later, you can sign the Pact of Punishment at the start of every run. You can choose different ways to make your escape attempts harder. You want to unlock alternative and harder versions of the bosses? Force yourself to become a speedrunner by adding a time limit to each of the zones? Or just want to make enemies faster and stronger? Yeah, you can build your own ultimate nightmare and increase the heat of your run. Okay, let's be real here for a moment. I am a little disappointed in the empowered end boss. It seems way too easy. Let me show you.
Fight me for real, damn you. I expected more from you than this. I can't. Perhaps next time you shall fare differently. I can still fight. You did make it this far, at least.
But there is more. You need to relax after a totally undeserved defeat against Hades. There is a built-in interior designer. As long as you have some resources from your previous attempts, you can start decorating the House of Hades, completely with in-game currency. No microtransactions. You know it's a good game when even after a failed attempt, your first thought is, I want to do that again. But this time, I might have to choose this god to make it work. And that is exactly the reaction the game gets from me. Unless I try to kill the end boss with increased heat for the 7th time in a row. Then, I might just rage quit. No! I talked a lot about the gameplay, but Hades has so much more to give. How they tell the story in a roguelike game has never been done in such a way. At least not to my knowledge. The story does not just finish once you beat the game for the first time, no. You get new parts of the story after each successful attempt. And you also might get mocked by the people of the underworld if you have an unsuccessful attempt. And the way how the story is delivered, the soundtrack and the voice acting is just simply amazing.
Few tales are told of Hades, whose very name inspires fear and penitence, reminding us of the inevitable fate which we all share. I, however, mean to tell you such a tale. Listen carefully.
Goodbye, Father.
Stupid boy. I told you nobody gets out of here, whether alive or dead. So how was your wanton ransacking of my domain?
Greetings, Father. My ransacking was a delight, thank you for asking. So I'll just be on my way again.
Now, let's come back to the main question. how to actually play Hades. At this point, the answer should now be pretty obvious. You actually play Hades with a controller and aim assist enabled. I am not good enough to play without it. Keyboard and mouse is supported too for people that are more comfortable with that. And that's it for the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to watch me finally beat Extreme Measures 4, you can find me over at twitch.tv/aweeked. I also play games where I am decent at, from time to time. You find a link in the description. With that said, my name is Aweeked, and thank you very much for watching.